Today's times have changed drastically.
Our time now, it seems like it's going faster since we got older than we were younger, because it seemed like we had a lot of time to get things done. Now we got to sort of rush.
Society has changed. It's less social. First television came, that changed. And now even with Facebook and so on, it's changed. Like in communication, we had a newspaper.
If you had to get a message to someone, you either had to go see him, either ride your horse there or whatever. If it was far away, you would have to send him a letter, which would take a while.
Kids are a lot different than they used to be. A lot of times they don't want to do chores. And before they knew they had to. There is less responsibility now, but then society, I think, has, in the long run, has just changed so much. It was quite common when my kids were little to have 3 or 4 in a bedroom, and now each one has to have a bedroom, and some of them are even upset if they don't have a fridge in it.
I think the younger generation is busier than we used to be. I mean, we were busy in our own way. The ones that are married, younger people, don't go without things like we used to. I used to hang the diapers on the line and they'd freeze solid, and I'd bring them in frozen and thaw them and dry them in the house. The younger people nowadays would die, I think, if they had to do that. It's just a different life now than what we went through.
When I was first in business here, I sold gasoline for 50 cents a gallon, and now it's $1.60 a little liter. So that's changed a whole lot.
We got $5 for 3 gallons of cream when we shipped it. I sold eggs for 25 cents a dozen.
I bought this quarter of land in 1950 for $500, and I'm still on that same quarter of land today.
In the early 60s, people worked for the board. Guys couldn't get a job, so they would just come and stay at people's place and do work for board, for your board, that's all. You didn't get paid at all. Like Bud said, his first job, I think it was $5 a month. And then at the end, it was about $100 a day.
My ambition growing up was to be a Royal Canadian Mounted Policeman. I was dating my wife for about a year. At that time, the regulations were the force do not allow you to marry for 5 years. So I chose one over the other, and I think I made the right choice.
Thank you, dear. Must have done something right after 67 years, eh? I think I'm just quite satisfied at what I did. My family was number one. And then my friends. You know, the friends, good friends, are irreplaceable, I can tell you that much.
Well, I always wanted to be a nurse, but I never had the opportunity. I never got it. I guess, like, say, people that are raising a family have to be a nurse. Have to be a nurse and a janitor, and I like taking care of people and helping them. My biggest accomplishments was raising my family and a lot of times my grandkids, and having a home, making a house a home.
Well, it's nice that I did get old, but getting old is not as much fun as being young. It's very rewarding to be able to get to the age that I am at and still have my spouse with me.
My biggest accomplishment of my life was farming, getting together with my boys. That brought me a lot of joy and memories till today.
I would like to be remembered for doing my part in the community and just being a mother, grandmother, and great-grandmother. now great-great-grandmother.
When I leave this earth, I want to make sure that I have no feelings against anybody and nobody has any bad feelings against me.
I would like to be remembered just as Charlie died. Just being me is good enough.
I want to be remembered that I made a difference in the world.
I don't think that anybody has to remember me. It would be nice if people remember Hans Peters for whatever he did in the community.
I'm proud of what we did for the community. I'm also proud of my family, the way they progressed and made their own place in the world. Make the best of any opportunity you have. Give back to the community. It is very important and it's very rewarding.
A lot of people used to say everything that comes to those who wait, and the second breath, those who hesitate are lost. So really what do you do? First impression is usually the right impression.
To get to 70 years, you'd have to work together. You have to do things together and enjoy life together.
Don't overdo it, and take life and enjoy your life.
I live by this model. It's the longer I live, the more I realize the impact of attitude on life. Attitude to me is more important than failure, than success, than what other people say or do. It is more important than appearance, giftedness, or skill. It will make or break a company, a church, a home. The remarkable thing is we have a choice every day regarding the attitude we embrace for that day. We cannot change our past. We cannot change the fact that people will act in a certain way. We cannot change the inevitable. The only thing we can do is play on the strings we have, and that is our attitude. I am convinced that life is 10% what happens to me and 90% of how I react to it. And so it is with you. We are in charge of our attitudes.